Right. So here we are. It's Teesside Rising. We've got Harry with us today. Can you introduce yourself and tell us a little about practice?
Um, I'm Harry. I do collage and a bit of sculpture and mainly like um found art and sculpture and um yeah collage and stuff like that.
And so, am I right in thinking you didn't start out in fine art? You were studying something else, and you've switched over. Right.
Yeah, I started um my degree doing photography um last year. Um and then I just photography was always something I was good at, so I just thought I'd stick to it because I was good at it. But I never really I enjoyed it, but I always wanted to do more than with I always wanted to do more with the photos. Like it never felt like enough. So I I I changed to fine art because I thought, oh, um, I could always like it with a fine art degree. You can basically just develop on anything you want to. um, I never intended to become become as much collage as I do now. Like I basically never use photography now. Even though I still enjoy it, I I'd never expected to be as into the um found art and collage and sculpture based person, but things change.
It, it's interesting that you say it because I followed a similar trajectory. I started out. I studied 2 years of photography at CCAD, and very much for the same reason. I kind of, at the end of those 2 years, felt quite restricted by the format, and I kind of build out from there. And I ended up switching into fine art myself.
Yeah,
So, for anyone who know Harry Fraser's work, he's an artist I've worked with a couple of times on our Picasso Baby event. He contributed to our digital issue as well, I believe. And he is a really interesting artist. One of the things how he looks at in his work, or at least that I pick up on his work, is like kind of hypocrisy of masculinity a little bit. Could you speak to that a little bit, please?
well, yeah, I look at very um queer based masculinity. So it's masculinity through like a non-binary like viewpoint, and also like a very queer viewpoint. So I look at a lot of um how masculinity is represented in gay culture, and also how in in the like trans community, how it like intercepts between each other and becomes more fluid. And I just think about gender as as gender fluidity as like a general practice as well. um yeah, I think that that kind of masculinity isn't as well presented as it could be, and I strive to help representing it more and more. Yeah.
And so I know you've talked about your collage and your process. So I wonder, during lockdown, how has that fed into your experience of being an artist and developing your practice? I know collage is something that I've worked on myself during lockdown because it's something I can do at home. So is it steered you more towards that? What's been your experience of lockdown?
um it's been quite easy because obviously i'm still in I'm still doing a degree, so the universities are still open, like education is still going on, and I've been able to get into my studio every day. So I haven't really. It's kind of just been similar to how my life was before, but with this added level of I can't really I can't really go and buy materials as much as I would like to, but with collage because it's so easy to just do, like it's so easy to just produce work, um, just sat at home or sat in a studio with a lack of with just some paper and some magazines. It's quite easy to just do, and um, obviously I use a lot of things a lot of things just around the house, like with my series where I take wrappers and just general waste and make it into collage that. It's quite easy because I don't even need the magazines for that. I can just raid a few bins. Obviously I don't do that, but yeah, it's quite easy to have my practice going right now just because of the fact that I still get to go into my studio at uni. And even if I didn't, I think it'd still be, my practice would still be quite frequent because I can do everything at home. um, yeah, so.
So I've been worked with you a few times over the last year. I've really kind of seen the evolution in your practice, and it just seems kind of coming along at such a pace. And you are an artist that I'm very excited about. And we've talked about developing something together at some point. So, could you just tell anybody who's watching, what kind of things have you got in the pipeline? What are you working on now? What's next? What can we expect from Harry Fraser in 2021?
Uh, I don't really plan much, but I'm currently working on a series with an artist on Instagram. I swear, yeah, he's got a studio at the Auxiliary, so I probably would have met them a few times. Like, I don't really yeah, I follow their work and they just contacted me, and we've been doing it for 4ish months now, probably mailing artwork back and forth. So there's obviously got that to look forward to, because I'm assuming there's a lot of work that's accumulated from it. So I don't know what's going to happen with that, but um, that's something to look forward to. And um, yeah, I'm just obviously I've got Picasso Baby when COVID comes back. I'm sure you'll be doing another one of those. But yeah, I don't really have much planned, but I am always open to changing, and my practice is still developing, so I don't know. I could just come out with anything next. I could just.
Yeah, well, it's exciting. That's the things about the scene around here is that people just kind of collaborate, and they're quite loose and they're willing to just kind of work on things. And I think you're a great addition to that. I do implore anybody watching to go and check out Harry's work. If they want to do that, Harry, what is the best place to go and look at your stuff? Instagram.
Instagram, yeah. It's
Okay.
at Harry underscore FRS. Yeah, that's I didn't
Yeah.
know.
There you
It's a
go.
weird username, but um yeah.
Well, mind you, and the link will be in the description on
Yeah,
this video as well. Go and check out Harry's stuff. Harry, it's been lovely chatting to you. You look
yeah,
fabulous.
you
I don't
too.
know if you probably noticed, but I noticed. Yeah, it's been lovely catching up. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks for the talk to us. It's Pat
You
Teesside
too.
Rising.
Thank you.
Cool. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.